People don't believe that happens, but it does. The Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, they estimate that all organizations, on an average, lose 5% of their revenues to fraud. 37% of all frauds occur in organizations with less than 100 people, and their average loss is $147,000. Could you withstand a loss of $147,000? Most small organizations go bankrupt not because business isn't good. It's because the owner takes care of business out front and doesn't take care of business in the back. Hickson Utility District in Chattanooga, Tennessee, one of the largest utility districts in the state of Tennessee. Mr. Bill Bean, the former manager there, he stole about $1,075,000. He kept all the problems away from the commissioners. The commissioners, when they first found out about the fraud, when they commented to us, they said the first thing we tried to do was figure out how to put it all back. They weren't concerned that Mr. Bean stole the money. They were concerned how it would be looking toward them with regard to their responsibilities, because they allowed Mr. Bean to do what he did. Cherokee Children's Services in Memphis, Tennessee. It all had to do with daycares. A woman and her husband. The husband was a CPA. They stole over $1 million from state Tennessee. Parents would come with their children, and they would look at the daycare and say, well, we don't think we're going to take advantage of it. Well, they would enroll the children anyway. And the state of Tennessee would pay for taking care of the children for as much as 6 months. But they never showed up. I had one lady that became an addicted gambler within 30 days. She had never gambled a day in her life. Tunica, Mississippi, one weekend, short vacation. She won $43,000 on the riverboat down there. She started going back during the week by herself. And there at the last, she's going 2 or 3 times a week. That's a 90-mile trip one way. She lost her $43,000. And she lost $72,000 of the city's money. And when we confronted her, the first word she said was, I'm going to win it all back. I'm going to win it all back, and I'll pay the city back. Crab Orchard Utility District, over $500,000. Grand Barrier Elementary School, $140,000. Rockwood Utility District, $423,000. Community Health Network, $1,266,000. Tennessee School Board Association, $1,368,000. My name is Dennis Dycus. I recently retired from the Office of the Comptroller of the Treasury as Director of the Division of Municipal Audit after serving that office for 39 years. Over the years, I've developed and presented training seminars throughout all 50 states, Europe, Puerto Rico, Guam, and Canada. Internal Auditor's Toolkit, conducting internal investigations, generally accepted government auditing standards. When leadership fails, when the leadership fails to carry out their responsibilities, oftentimes bad things happen. Walking, talking, looking, and listening. You can perform an audit in accordance with all the standards and have a substandard audit. But what you need to do is you need to get out and walk among your clients' employees. Because if there's a problem, somebody knows. Interviewing and interrogation, I always say, words lie, but the body always tells the truth. Lying, for most of us, is an unnatural act. That stress is going to get out of our body one way or the other. And then fraud prevention. It's a lot more cost-effective to prevent fraud than it is to detect fraud. My philosophy about continuing education is the training should be somewhat entertaining and at the same time give you something that you can use on the next day on your job, and that's my goal.